All right. Let's talk about the sacred cow in real estate marketing, the monthly email newsletter. You know the one, market update, 5 tips for spring, new listings, maybe a recipe, a meme, then you hit send. And the whole point of this is that we're hoping that something is going to turn into a listing or is going to turn into some sort of business. And I today am going to say the quiet part out loud. For most agents, newsletter style email marketing is not building the relationship. It's just broadcasting into the void. And the data is going to tell us everything, is going to back up everything that I'm going to say. So if you are getting email opens, the opens are not the wins that you think they are. A lot of agents will say to me, but my open rates are solid, right? And here's the issue. Open rates have been getting more and more unreliable, right? Because privacy features can preload tracking pixels and record an open, even if the person never actually read your email, right? So MailChimp says this directly about Apple Mail users. It completely inflates the open rates. Twilio has a whole breakdown of how Apple's mail privacy protection impacts your engagement measurement. So if you're using opens or open rates to judge whether a newsletter is working, you might be grading yourself with a broken ruler, right? So clicks are where reality actually lives. And when it comes to email newsletters, clicks are low. You also have to remember that like email newsletters are only done in traditional kind of old school sales industries, right? There's no one else out there, no other industry that's sending email newsletters, right? Because, and I'm going to explain why, and I'm going to show you why they don't work. So let's talk about what actually indicates intent. When we're talking about marketing, intent is always what matters. And intent equals clicks. So MailChimp's benchmark puts an optimal click-through rate around 2.6 to 6%, right? With obviously this depends on location, depends on the size of your email list. MailerLite says it should be around 2%. So let's translate what that means in real life. So if you have 1,000 people on your email list and you get a 2% click-through rate, that's essentially 20 people clicking. And clicking on what exactly, right? A generic marketing report, your new listing that they're not buying, a blog post. I'm going to actually walk you through an email newsletter that I was sent this week and just show you kind of what things look like and how conversions change as you click through it, right? So newsletters are usually about the market or about the agent, but never really about the client. And this is the biggest reason why newsletters underperform, right? They're built like content. They're not built like communication, right? And they're written like, here's what I want to say this month, instead of here's what you're thinking about right now. Here's what I'd tell you if we were having a coffee, right? And we all know that real estate is extremely situational. People wake up every single day, or people don't wake up every single day needing a market update. They wake up needing answers when they're about to make a move, or they wake up needing connection or conversation, or so a lot of monthly newsletters and the way that they're written and the type of content that they include actually miss the moment. So you're sending one message to 5 different audiences, right? So your list is, I say this lovingly, your list is probably a bit of a mess if you're sending newsletters, right? In one list, you probably have past clients who already trust you, cold leads who don't know who you are, people who love looking and will never buy, people who will buy in 18 months, people who need to buy in 6 weeks, but they're still being quiet. You've got upsizers, downsizers, first-time buyers. You've got the whole shebang in here, right? And the newsletter treats everyone the same. So you end up with the most watered down, middle of the road email possible, which means that it's relevant to pretty much no one. The other thing that becomes really important here is that your inbox has changed. And the idea of sending out a broadcast, that's not something that is rewarded in email marketing anymore. It's punished, right? So email is not dead. We've all heard that recently, but the inbox is way more competitive and filtered than most agents are actually realizing right now. So even in the last year, a lot of marketers have been talking about changes, how messages are delivered, previewed, AI-driven inbox experiences, filtering shifts, right? So what does this actually mean? Generic emails get skimmed, suppressed, and ignored. And you won't even know because your metrics on the outside, your open rate looks fine. So I think that the other thing we need to think about is the cost of putting a generic newsletter together, right? Not money for the most part. Some agents are spending money on it, which I think is absolutely insane, but time and energy, right? So if you're creating a newsletter by spending hours writing something, copying and pasted templated content from maybe a brokerage or from some random marketing company, paying someone to write fluff that doesn't sound like you, the input is usually a nice to have email, but that's not going to drive appointments. So it becomes kind of this monthly, it kind of makes you feel good without actually properly ticking the box, right? You're constantly thinking like, I should email my email list. I don't know what to say, right? And you just send it and then really not a lot happens. And then you just keep doing that on repeat because you know that you need to be sending emails and it seems like the only thing that makes sense. And here's the other thing too is, and I've talked about this in previous weeks this year even. People are sending email newsletters simply because real estate agents always send monthly newsletters. And when I'm going to actually show you what it looks like to navigate one of these and why it makes absolutely no rational sense anymore. So if you want to be effective, stop treating it like a newsletter and start treating it like your system, right? So what you can do is every single one of those things, if they're truly valuable, let's say you have 5 different quote unquote articles or blog posts or things that you're including in this newsletter. Instead of sending one email that looks like a newspaper and that no one's actually navigating the whole thing, send 5 different high value emails. So that one email turns into 5 emails. And we all know that consistency and frequency is really, really important, as well as relevancy, right? And so you are then able to create relevant content if your list is segmented correctly. So this is kind of what I mean, and I want to show this to you. I want to make sure that we can't see. I'm going to do my best so that you can't see who this is from, and I'm going to walk you through what I mean as we kind of navigate this. So I was sent this today, or I was sent this week. And I'm really trying not to show you who this is from. I have absolutely no shade to who this is from. I get these all the time. I also never subscribe to this email address. So, again, that's also something that I think agents are doing that is insane, is just randomly putting people on your email list. Like that's illegal. I'm not the kind of person who reports people, but like there are lots of people who do. And legally, you need to have an opt-in order to send people marketing emails. So I'm just going to walk you through what is included in here. And, this here at the very top, this is an overview market roundup or market update. Is this going to be relevant to every person who reads this? No, right? It talks about, and I can click through on this. So let's say I do click on it, and it's going to open up a pop-up. It's then going to take me to somewhere else, either a pop-up or a new tab or something else that I'm then going to have to close and go back in order to then read the next thing. And then I'm going to click on this, and then it's going to open a new tab or open a pop-up, and then I'm going to read that, and then I'm going to close it, and then I'm going to have to go back. And we know in marketing, this is like kind of marketing 101, every single time you click or you ask someone to click an extra time, you will lose conversions. So the chance that people will even get to the third or maybe fourth thing here is almost impossible. No one's going to actually get to that point. They're going to skim through this email, they're going to delete it, they're going to move on. So the other thing too is the content. This has nothing to do with real estate. This has nothing to do with them. There's a little bit of real estate up here that's very generic and very like, this is actually not relevant to any person who reads this. We've got some Valentine's Day dinner spots, which, are you as a real estate agent the source for that? Or would someone who was looking for that look somewhere else? I don't think that this is really bringing value to you as like a real estate expert. Um, More news, food award finalists, a surf park planned, and then some listings. Okay. I want to be very, very kind, but also very clear here. There is absolutely not one thing in that email that's good marketing. There is not one thing in that email that is relevant, provides value, or is actually like a good psychological nurture. And it's no shade to this person, but I get these emails that almost look the same, just with some different things slapped in them a lot. And so your client or your email list is also getting those a lot. Email newsletters in 2026 is just another form of spam. And so I want to, with all the love in the world, just ask you to, before you do something just because everyone is doing it, really kind of stop to think about, does this make sense? And why am I continuing to do this? Because in 2026, the only reason why you would be continuing to send email newsletters is because everyone in real estate sends email newsletters, or because your broker told you to send an email newsletter to quote unquote nurture your email list. Now, you can nurture your email list effectively, or you can send your email list spam, which fundamentally is what you're doing with an email newsletter that looks like that. So, with that being said, instead of throwing something like this together and calling it a day, email is still one of the most effective marketing sources when it comes to digital marketing. Why? Let me explain some numbers to you. So, when you post on social media, so let's say you post on Instagram, you post on Facebook, you post on TikTok, wherever you're posting, right? The way that the algorithm works is that that post or that piece of content will get sent out to, let's say, 10% of your audience. Based on how your audience reacts to it, then from there, maybe it will get sent to the next 10%. So nobody has 100% of their audience seeing their content. And so if we think about open rates or and click-through rates, right? So open rates, like I said at the beginning of this training, open rates are highly skewed, right? So a good open rate before before iOS and before Apple and before all these AI companies started opening and scanning emails first, a good open rate was, let's say, 30%. Now, nowadays, you may be seeing 30%, but it's actually like 10%. But let's use 30%. Like if you truly have a good open rate that is a true open rate, let's say 30%. A lot of your content's not hitting 30%. I have a lot of people in our programs whose emails are hitting 40, 50% after we account for all the skewed data, right? So 40 or 50%, imagine if you're sending really high quality, really relevant, really psychologically driven, niche specific, purposeful emails, and you're hitting 40 to 50% of that email audience. That's a huge win because you're not getting that in other places. So email is not dead. It's just being misused, especially in the real estate world. So I'm using email newsletters as an example here because it's something that actually drives me bananas. My light just died. um, he died. But at the same time, like it drives me crazy that people are still sending them because all it would take is some critical thinking and some actual like looking at how you consume emails. And if someone sends you an email in that format, how you consume it, and you would stop doing it. So I think it's really, really important to keep this in mind when we're making decisions about anything that we're doing in marketing, in your business, is really looking at it critically and making a decision about whether it fundamentally makes sense and if there is actually data that can back up that this is still a good idea. Am I doing this because there is data and in 2026, this is something that still performs and still works? Or am I just doing this because everyone in my industry has always done it? And everyone in my office is doing it, and my broker is sending me templates to do it, right? So when we ask those questions, it becomes really, really clear what makes sense and what doesn't make sense. And I think the email newsletter is the absolute perfect example of something that is like still considered like the sacred cow, like I said at the beginning of this training, right? Everyone is still doing it, but everyone's still doing it for lack of thinking, for lack of actually like looking at it from an objective point of view and making an educated decision. I hope this was helpful. If you have questions about any of this, you can ask. If you're a member, ask in school. You can ask in the comment section here. You can send me an email. I want you to start thinking about this, or start thinking this way about almost everything that you're doing in your business. So before you hit send, or before you hit post, or before you do anything in your business, start thinking critically about, why am I doing it this way? Is this still effective in the world that I live in today? And is this backed up with data that actually makes sense? Is this a rational decision that I'm making, or am I just doing this because everyone else around me is doing it? Cool? Okay. Go forth, be amazing, and let me know if there is anything this week that you need. Otherwise, I'll see you next Thursday.